Thanks for the support as a channel member, Michael Beagles. Boys and girls, it's Champions League final day. Almost certainly last episode of Barcelona, because both the Manchester United and Manchester City jobs are available and I've applied for them both. So watch this space. This is likely to be our final hurrah at Barcelona, one way or the other. And to celebrate, I've tried cutting my own hair again. What do you think? I think it's a bit of an improvement on last time. Still not great, but, you know, better than that stupid hat I was wearing. That's for sure. Hello, Mona Club 6, part 22 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have that Champions League final against AC Milan. Barcelona against AC Milan. Both teams have previously won the competition 7 times. And we have some worrying injury news going into the game. 2 of our 3 players who were in my last final are both injured. Banfalvi got injured on the last day of the season. I mean, there's an argument he could probably play. He's back in light training. It's a twisted ankle. He's only at 82% condition, though. I tried Quick Pick to see what Quick Pick thought, and that didn't even put him on the bench. So I overruled that. He is on the bench, but really just there so he's part of the dressing room and his leadership skills. He's not fit to play. Gila also not fit to play. And Vermonti also picked up an injury in training just a couple of days ago. As you can see, he is now back in full training, but match fitness is super low. To be fair, his conditioning is 99%. So there is an argument, I guess, that he probably could play. But when we've got Camavinga knocking around the place, why would he play? And Bajic as well is another one who's had a little bit. We've not had a good time with injuries. So this is the team for the Champions League final. This is our second Champions League final, isn't it? Did we play in 2 with Bayern? Did we lose 1? My brain doesn't work anymore. It really doesn't. I know we had the disappointment. I think this is only our second Champions League final. It could be the 3rd. Am I confusing it with the Europa League final? Historians, let me know down in the comments. And of course, if you are watching live on the premiere, let me know in the chat as well. I haven't got it. I don't know. All my saves mixed together. My brain doesn't work. So this is the team for the final. We've got Bajic in goal. A back 4 of Milaniemi, Paredes, Gillane and Krajju. Club captain Krajju. Camavinga at the base of the midfield. Van der Veen and Hendricks ahead of him. Navillo behind Correa and Leonard up front. Correa is apparently the competition's top goal scorer. So hopefully we get another good performance from him. He's one of the reasons why we're playing. Well, he is the main reason why we're playing the Diamond, because I don't really want to drop Leonard because that seems like madness. But I can't really play Correa up front on his own, and it makes sense to me. Right, go there. Carry on from where you finished off the last match. We did, despite picking up those few injuries, we were playing quite well in the last couple of games of the La Liga season. Even with a very rotated squad, we just literally did the quick pick, more rotation for both games. Powell's played both, scored a lovely free kick, forgot he existed. But somehow we still managed to collect more injuries than we would in a normal couple of games. The game is just trying to punish me, I think. Milaniemi now. Cross comes in, goes all the way across to Krajju on the other side, who wants someone to come and foul him for a penalty, but instead crosses to Van der Veen, who heads just over. And that's our first good chance of the game. Hopefully, we're not going to live to rue missing that opportunity. I am a little bit surprised, and this is a risky conversation topic, I'm a little bit surprised to see Milan in a Champions League final because, like I said, in the semi-final, Inter have been absolutely dominating Italy for years. I don't know the last time AC Milan even won Serie A. Yet here they are, Champions League final. Can only assume they got an easy route, although they did get past Chelsea in the semi-final, and they're proving to be difficult for us to break down. Here in the final, it's Milaniemi with a free kick, finds Camavinga, who plays it across to Hendricks. Hendricks out to Milaniemi. Milaniemi tries to skip past his man. He does, plays it back to Leonard, and there's Philippe Leonard just before half-time. A 20th goal of the season for him. He really did come back to life again in the second half of this season. And Leonard and Correa have formed a little bit of a partnership. There's every chance, well, it's almost certain that Leonard leaves this summer. I'm kind of assuming I'm leaving as well at this point. Man United are one of the teams that are in for him. So he might even go there before me if that's where I end up. But yeah, goal for Leonard. 1-0 to Barcelona. I really want to get Vermonti involved in this second half because Vermonti, of course, getting his big break at Milan way back when. I billed this as the Vermonti final, and then he went and got himself injured. Right, avoid complacency. Keep doing what... See, Camavinga's apprehensive. We're going to give him 15 minutes, I think, and then Vermonti's going to come on in that role because I think Vermonti is the man that we want in there today, and he should be able to get through half an hour or even an hour of football if it ends up going to extra time. Can we get... Why does it do this sometimes? What changed? I didn't make any changes. What's now? I've got to check that nothing dumb has happened. What changes does it think I made? None. Right, Camavinga off. Where is he? Vermonti on. Former Milan player, obviously previous Champions League winner with Bayern Munich as well. And we'll probably be expecting a summer move of his own now he's heard I'm leaving. And he's not even made it onto the pitch before AC Milan strike with an equaliser. It's 1-1 on the hour mark. It's a lovely goal, but hopefully the only opportunity they get in the entire game. It's disappointing to concede. It's just a well-worked free kick. And they've got that guy in loads of space, setting him up for that shot. We've been very naive there to let them do that. And hopefully that's not a sign of things to come as we head towards the last 20 minutes of the game. We were asking for 10 minutes of passion. After this throw, we are going to be making another change. Krajju skips past his man, gives it to Leonard, back to Krajju again. Krajju with the cross, looking for himself, but of course he's not there. Correa skips past a man. Correa's there doing a perfect Krajju impression. He was hanging out in the Krajju position and then won a Krajju penalty. Wonderful stuff from Correa. 69 minutes on the clock. Hendricks steps up. We've seen him score so many penalties this year. And there is another one for Hendricks. A 22nd goal of the season for him. He's managed to outscore Leonard this year, which is no mean feat at all from central midfield. And it's another very, very confident penalty from Arjen Hendricks. And now we head back to the tactics screen and notice that Van der Veen is just not doing any... I mean, he's not playing well. Gila can't come on. Posibon has played in midfield for us a couple of times. That seems like a big risk. Where's the rest of my midfielders? I guess it would be Gila who'd normally be in there. Posibon isn't a big game player, though. He's the one who, when I try and G him up before big matches, Posibon just gets nervous. Gillane's the one, he's the obvious one who could go into midfield in this circumstance, I guess. Which gives me the opportunity to bring on Banfalvi. I don't want people to think this is just because I love him. I genuinely think, I can't think of many players I'd rather have on the pitch for the last 20 minutes of a Champions League final than Laszlo Banfalvi. Even if he's carrying a knock, he's no longer any more injured than any of the rest of them. So we get him on, we push Gillane up into midfield. It allows Hendricks to go into a more attacking role. To me, there's logic to what I've just done. To everyone else, you think I'm being a silly goose, I imagine, but I've got to go with the boys that I trust. Banfalvi and Vermonti coming on when it really matters. Correa isn't having the best of games. Neither's Navillo. I think we probably bring on Renan Vitor. He can come on and play as the more attacking striker. Leonard can drop back to the complete forward. We've got 10 minutes left of a Champions League final. We look like we've got a little bit of a makeshift mix and match team going on at the moment, with Vitor up front, Gillane in midfield. There is Banfalvi to Vermonti, Gillane back to Vermonti again, and it goes all the way back to Bajic. Don't do anything dumb. I mean, it was close to dumb. Banfalvi plays it out to Krajju. Love the fact we've got so many of these very familiar names, and Krajju, as ever, drawing the foul, and he's got an AC Milan player sent off. He's a good boy, that Krajju. Lovely stuff. And it's now 10 men Milan trying to find a way back into this game as we approach the final couple of minutes. 6 minutes of added time seems utterly unreasonable. We've got 3 of them remaining, and it's Milan with the ball back with their defence. But Krajju's there to sweep up the mess, and he's just going to keep on running. Hendricks ends up with it. Vitor plays it out to Milaniemi, who's got space to run into. He's trying to do a Krajju himself and win a penalty, but he's not as convincing at it as Krajju is. Gillane back to Vermonti, all the way back to Banfalvi again, who just nice and safe, playing it back to Bajic. And then back out to Paredes again. We've done this plenty of times this year. Gillane back to Paredes again. Just don't give the ball away in a stupid fashion. Or at all. Milaniemi, Paredes to Gillane, who's just playing really far forward. It's weird seeing him playing there. Milaniemi's in, and there it is. That's rubber stamped the victory from Harry Milaniemi. It's Barcelona 3, 10-man Milan 1. There's 2 minutes left in this game. Surely this is another Champions League victory for good old Kev, a first Champions League victory for Barcelona, and a perfect way to end my 2-year spell here in Spain, because we've won everything this year. Everything we entered, 5 trophies, we've won them all, and we've got to be pretty happy with that, haven't we? Now it's going to be interesting to see what other jobs come up this summer. Obviously, Man United and Man City already vacant. I'm not married to going back to England, though. I'd take the Milan job if it was offered. But I think the next move is either back to England, because we've got some unfinished business there. We've never won the Premier League. So either back to England or PSG to go and hook up with Alex Catamol. But that looks pretty unlikely. The only way we're going to end up at PSG. Look at that. A second Champions League winner, the save. Lovely stuff. Oh, it's beautiful. The only way we end up at PSG is if their manager goes to Man City or Man United, I guess, and that opens that job up. Or we'd go to one of the big clubs in Italy, Milan, Inter, Juventus, anyone along those lines. But there's your confirmation that we have, well, it says quadruple. I think we've won, it's not including the World Club Cup. I guess that's been put into last year. But we did, of course, win that as well. Medals for everybody. Yay, yay, yay. Barcelona board are happy with me. That's so they blooming should be. I've turned this team around in 2 years. Leonard under close scrutiny. I mean, someone's just going to take him this summer for a cut price. And it will probably end up being me. Because I'll go and take him for a cut price somewhere. How are we doing in the Hall of Fame before we go and look at the other thing? So Hall of Fame. Nationality-wise, I'm closing in on Bob Paisley to become the best English manager of all time. Nation, I'm not going to really be competitive in because I keep changing nations. But Europe, still not even in the top 20 in Europe. Still behind Maurizio Pochettino. What on earth has he won? He's won four La Ligas for Atletico, a Premier League for Man United, a Champions League at Spurs. Okay, I'll allow it. But we've now got 2 Champions Leagues. We're going to break into that top 20 eventually. And in the world, obviously, there's even more. Pochettino's 19th in the world. So I guess there's one guy from outside of Europe who's collected lots of trophies. What is ROU? I guess is that Romanian? No. So who's the non-European? Him. So he's the one who adds to that list. So very close to breaking into the top 20, both for worldwide and Europe. I wonder, how old am I in save now? 51. I wonder if it's realistic to get to the top of this before the end of the series. Pep Guardiola, 63 and is still going. He's number 1. He's just gone past Alex Ferguson. Jurgen Klopp is 66 and still going, and he's 3rd. Tuchel is at Bayern at 60 and he's still going in 4th place. Zidane, 5th best manager of all time. I think he's just been sacked by City. Yeah, so he was at Man City. So we can certainly break into the top 20. And now let's have a look at clubs that are available. So Job Centre, these are the two obvious ones that are available. So Man United, the favourite is Jurgen Klopp, he's at Atletico. Why would they give it to Atletico's manager rather than the manager of the team that's just dominated La Liga? Atletico finished 4th, for goodness sake. But if he was to get that, then obviously I'm not going to go to Atletico. Man City, the favourite is Diego Simeone, who's manager of Lazio. Now, I would potentially go to Lazio, although they're not in the Champions League, and that's a big deal breaker, which kind of rules out Man City. I'd rather go Man United than Man City, just because I don't want to not be in the Champions League. Who have we got who also might be losing their jobs? Southampton, Wolves, not. Simeone might be sacked by Lazio anyway, so Lazio's a definite maybe. And then I guess any other potential jobs that might open up by clubs poaching those other managers. But I think at this stage, the next episode is likely to be a goodbye to Barcelona and a hello to, I would say, most likely Manchester United, which of course allows me to link up again with Keith Crown if we end up there. But that will all be for Monday's season review /transfer special /job hunt. I might end up not leaving at all. I'm not going to resign. If no one offers me a job, we go again with Barcelona. So many things can happen. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.